Hello, Anna. Thanks for joining us on Smarter Markets here at IETA's North America Climate Summit 2023.
Thank you so much for your kind invite. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I imagine many people are glad that you're here, including myself. VCMI has a very important role in the carbon markets. I was hoping you could just kind of, for people who don't know, introduce how you see the role of VCMI and perhaps your role within VCMI.
Well, thank you for the question. I'm the Technical Director of Markets and Standards within VCMI, the Voluntary Carbon Markets Integrity Initiative. The initiative has been launched a couple of years ago, and we have the mandate to look at the carbon market, to contribute to the carbon market from the demand side. So in order to provide more clarity for companies and other non-state actors that are involved in voluntary carbon markets so that they know when they can make voluntary use of carbon credits and what they can credibly say about it.
And of course, this year there's been a lot of questions in the voluntary carbon markets. There have been a number of press articles that have created some challenges for the markets in terms of reputation, quality, etc. I was curious, how is that impacting the work you're doing this year?
Well, there are a lot of challenges around transparency, around credibility, as you've mentioned, challenges around integrity, both from the definition perspectives as of the implementation. So it does impact considerably because we have to be very mindful of how the environment is behaving right now, how they're going to accept what we plan to launch and to contribute with, what's the best wording, what cautions we need to be taking, what risks we know that we're running. So it's not just about providing integrity in the sense of really increasing emission reductions, contributing to social environment positive impact, driving finance to where it's needed the most, but also about trying to scale it up in the most credible way that we can do.
And one of the other challenges this year has been outside the voluntary markets, but trying to operationalize the Article 6 markets. I'm curious, how does what's happening on the compliance Article 6 side influence how you're thinking about your role in the carbon markets?
It influences in the way that what we're seeing, it's not a binary choice. So it's not regulated market or voluntary carbon market. The voluntary carbon market should play a complementary role. So governments should be looking at it once they try to develop an overall strategic and climate finance strategy, looking at voluntary carbon markets as an additional piece that can help finance other technologies, breakthrough technologies that have not been, for instance, included in their NDCs. So it's not just about one or the other. So they do come together as an holistic approach that governments can use, and at the same time allowing for corporates from countries where you still don't have a regulated market, so that they can actually step in, also engage in opportunities and embrace the responsibilities that they have.
And that's a theme we've been hearing in the conference this morning, is we need to be doing everything everywhere all at once if we're going to, meet the climate action that we need. I was curious, a lot of the most interesting parts of conferences often happen with the discussions in the hallways and the conversations around it. Were there any sort of ideas that you wanted to make sure that you were bringing to the conference and talking with people about, or anything that you've heard that you want to take back with you from the conference?
Yes, both. Conversations have been extremely helpful and fruitful since the minute that I joined and walked this door. I mean, we're gathering here the main experts in carbon markets. So there are a lot of open questions, and we're not going to do anything on our own. So we have set up a stakeholder forum. We have an expert advisory group. We have our steering committee. We have a country contact group. We're just launching an early adopters group with companies. So there are a lot of debates, internal debates that we have, and it's good for us also to be open to listen to others' contributions. So one of the discussions that we were just having right now was around the concept of compensation versus contribution approaches, and how does that land in several jurisdictions. Some discussions are more advanced in some countries than others. So it's important for us to also understand how that lands and what are the real motives that are incentivizing companies to step forward, so that we really think what we need to get done by the end of the year.
Great. And I wanted to ask you, because time is such of the essence, is there anything on either the standard side, the technology side, the tools that are available to the carbon markets that you see as like crucial for the next step to get us where we need to be?
Yeah, I think technology has been evolving, thankfully, and it's a great tool, of course, not just relying 100% on it, because I think human brains are still needed for all the analysis that need to be done, but you can use it for remote sensing, for traceability, for satellite images, but also to improve monitoring, reporting, and assurance frameworks, such as the one that we are developing to launch towards the end of the year. That's something extremely important to prevent human errors, to increase credibility, increase the robustness of the tools that we are using. So I think it goes both sides, from all the concepts that are being developed. So we have the Claims Code of Practice from the VCMI, we have the CCPs from ICVCM, and we have a lot of different artificial intelligence tools that can be used so that we can increase the credibility and diminish the time that is consumed when you're processing a lot of data.
And that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to share your ideas with us.
Thank you again for your invite.
Appreciate it.